Hello, Black Healing Matters family. This is Danielle here at the Black Healing Matters podcast, where we offer you ideas to hopefully move you one step closer to your healing. And I'm so excited. It is yet another Thursday. And you know what that means? It is an interview day. That's right. We have an interview today on Doing the Right Things Thursday. And this time it is not an original interview, but I decided to play this interview with KRS-One, and because if you're familiar with the rapper KRS-One, he is someone I really admire for the fact that he is not just an artist, but he is truly a visionary, and he has. I guess he's the quintessence of what you call woke. I don't use that term too often to describe too many people, but he has definitely ascended to a very high level of consciousness and is able to articulate that beautifully for the rest of us mere mortals. And so on this episode of Know Thy History, no, I'm sorry, not Know Thy History. My goodness, today is Doing the Right Things Thursdays. We are going to listen to an interview with KRS-One as he talks about, in response to the question, what is the responsibility of the artist for the people to whom they speak, or to the people to whom they share their art? And it goes actually a little farther, not just to artists and musicians, but also to every quote unquote woke person. What is our responsibility to our collective community as a whole? I love this interview a lot. It is about 15 minutes, so sit tight and enjoy. Let me know what you think about it. Send me a comment, a call in, an email, blackhealingmatters@gmail.com. As always, Black Healing Matters family, stay blessed, stay tuned. Black Healing Matters.
A lot of people that feel as if the media and music has a very large part in what we're seeing today with our society, and especially our youth.
Yes. It's an interesting point you made about does the music have, did music or artists, media on the side as well, have any responsibility to what was being broadcast over, say, the last 20 years? The argument was no. Most people said, no, artists don't have the responsibility. The responsibility is left to the institutions the taxpayers pay. The institutions have failed, so now you want to put it on the artist, or the problems have fallen onto the artist by default. Yes, I understand that argument. I was also part of that argument as well. I was part of that argument, but my take on it was more to the to the point that it takes a special individual to speak up on behalf of a community. All artists are not leaders.
There was one time that hip-hop had a forum about the music and was wondering if it actually was the cause of this, and we got a unanimous no. I don't think you were involved in that. So it's almost like we have an identity crisis due to what we continue to feed our eyes and ears.
Just because you rhyme a conscious record don't mean you're a conscious person. And so and likewise, just because you thugging on the corner doesn't mean you don't love Christ or whatever. You don't love God. Or you don't strive for peace or joy or knowledge yourself. Just because I came out the strip club doesn't mean I'm not on my way to the library. So you can't really judge a book by its cover. A tree is known by its fruit. So if in fact you are not that kind of person, I would say you're exempt from that responsibility, because you can get yourself hurt. Literally, whether it be your career, your physical life, your mind state, your reputation, whatever it is, if these things matter to you, then speaking truth to power on behalf of the people, you just can't go there. You can't, it's not your place. So I say, no, it's not the responsibility of the average artist. The average dude, just get your money, sing your record, try to be popular, do whatever you could do. But some of us are awake, and we know what it means to stand in front of people that admire you. Raise your arm one way, they're raising their arm the same way. Say this, and they say it. Say that, and they say, wear this, drink this, eat this, sound like this. And you have whole communities mimicking what it is you are. I think there's some responsibility to that. I think MCs should be licensed to speak. The same way that you have martial artists, everybody can practice Kung Fu, no doubt. But when you say you are a professional martial artist, your hands get registered with the local precinct. Because now you're real about what you're doing, and you can actually kill a person doing what they put some restraint on you, and it also protects you, because if you ever have to go there, the police already knew who you was and your hands were registered. Same thing should be with MCs. Your words can kill people. This is what people do not understand. Starting with the MC, his or herself, onto whoever they're speaking to. Your words can kill. So you should be licensed to speak before mass groups of people, and not licensed like censorship. Just, there's 3 places. This is what it means to be hip hop. This is what it means to be a musician in America. This is what it means to be a musician in America. You get a tax break. You follow these guidelines, you're going to give you this tax break, your kids go to school for free. Some old craziness, like if you say, look, I'm going to register I'm going to seek the license. So there's going to be some restriction on me, no doubt. But within that restriction, I get empowered because there's a government that recognizes the power of my voice. So this also goes in 2 different directions. You got me thinking about something crazy. I need to get off of this right now. But this, because in actuality, your question is deep in terms of the responsibility of the person in front of a crowd. And it's a debate. Because, again, everyone doesn't have the mind even to take that responsibility seriously. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. It just means you're not there. But to the ones who are, and this is where I want to put an emphasis, those who are aware are the ones who are not doing anything, which is why the world is the way it is. Too many people that have knowledge are using their knowledge for themselves. And look at this, rightfully so. You spent $100 grand on your education. Why do you have to share that with anybody? You stayed up late. Everybody was at the party chilling. You was in a book. 20 years later, you're sitting on top. Everybody else that was partying is now struggling. Because we see this in history. It goes over and over and over and over and over. This is history. The one who stays home and studies and fills that head with knowledge and sees a whole new world gets that world. The other people who said, nah, I'm not, bam, 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 you stay on the wayside. Now I'm sitting up top and you're saying I should come out of my paradise to mess with you when we both had the same opportunities. This is a conservative thought, but this is where all the great black thinkers are. They railed in the 90s. Everybody railed. Yo, this is crazy. Bush is bugging. The system's gonna collapse. Oh, they told Dr. Cornel West, get out of here. Who are you? They threw him out of Harvard. Okay, get out of here. Cornell wrote books, said so much about the state of black America, but also America in general. They didn't want to hear him. They didn't want to hear him. Tavis Smiley, he got fired from BET. That's why he's now the rogue journalist that he is, and doing very well. But look at us. Look at us. Look at us. So with that, if the people who have knowledge keep it to themselves, live in their mansions, chilling, and they're protected by the universe, it's right. They're right. But to solve the problems that we're discussing, those who are comfortable in their knowledge and in their life are going to have to get uncomfortable for the rest of the world to live. And this is the hardest piece right here. Nobody, thank you, nobody wants to give up their comfort zone. A last example here, just us right here, okay, right now. Kelton's my man, okay? Been working with him for years, okay? He calls me up, yo, I need you down here in Virginia. Now, keep in mind, I think when we got this call, I was in France. I was in, I don't know where I was. Some place called Savigny-le-Temple in France, somewhere, about 20 miles outside of Paris. So I'm chilling. I'm out there finishing up an album. I'm enjoying France. Got my Italian buddies over here. I'm like, yeah. But every time we open the paper, Ferguson, somebody choked, another New York, somebody else over here, somebody else, and all that was, matter of fact, while Baltimore was burning, I was in Paris, okay, rocking 6,000 French people. They was just like, yo, we was getting it in. Leave the stage, turn on the BBC. My people dead in the street. Now, there's a bunch of Americans in France. Black Americans doing very well in France. You know, all of them, everybody there. Other rappers, sports figures, everybody there. But which one of us felt like we should come home? And this is the example right here. It's that I worked and earned my place. There's no reason for me to come back here. There's no reason. I'm a man, a father. I have 3 children. My wife, they're chilling. That's it. Why do I have to now come back here? Well, here's why. Because if you are conscious, if you are awake, if you know that there is really no you, you are really a subject of your people. You are a principle of your people. You are an asset of your people. If you hide yourself, your people perish. So come out of your place. Like here, I mean, I love coming to Virginia on another level, but y'all get snow. I can't deal with that. That's not my place of comfort. Snow. My voice gets raspy. I can't do the shows I want to do. I'm getting tight, my muscles. That's why I live in California. Okay? I like the heat. I want tropical weather. This year I'm not going to have it. Why? Because there's too much craziness going on right now. There's too much. It's now reached a certain level. And then with world politics, African Americans have a really good shot right now, if in fact we are made aware. So it's not just me coming out of my place of comfort, which for me is California or Europe or Africa in that order. South Africa, Ethiopia is off the chain. She go to Ethiopia, you're not coming back here. At least your mind is not. You know, Ethiopia's South Africa, people are rising up there. You land in South Africa, you feel the energy like, yo, these people want action here. They're sick of the nonsense here. They're not passive in South Africa, not at all. France, that's all on the TV. Why was I finishing my album in France? Because that's the ghetto, that's the hood. The whole of Paris, they sell us here. Paris is a white tablecloth with a wine glass or something, a piece of fish or something. That's not Paris at all. The whole of Paris is like Brooklyn, like in the 80s. The whole of Paris, not the whole of France. France still got Marseille, Lyon, Nice. You still got these little resorts you can go to and chill where the rich people are at. Okay, that's where. But the city, Paris. You talk about real hood life, they living it out right there. And why? All businesses are paying up to 60% taxes. 60% taxes. Every dollar you make, 60 cents of it goes to the government. Every business is enslaved to the French government. Every French business. This is why the country's the way it is. But African Americans, as a government, can step to the French people and say, yo, we got jobs for you. We can help you. We can do, and how do we help? First of all, well, I'm not going to get into that, but it was Socrates theory of the social contract theory, where you get craftspeople together and you build my house, I cook your food. We both cook, he does security, but he gonna build his house and I'm gonna cook his food, he gonna secure us all. Then somebody else got medicine. Well, he don't build a house, he don't cook food, he don't do security, but he got medicine. So we use his medicine, he heals us, we give him security, house, and food. This is what, right. But there's no one anymore. There's no unity anymore. There's nothing united. So there's a long answer to the media question.
Hey, for more of The Vadio Show, log on to thevadioshow.com. And while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube at The Vadio Show.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.